All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome home. Welcome home to the Casa. We are glad you are here with us tonight, this evening, getting ready to enjoy some top level. And top level is just not an exaggeration. I mean, tonight's bracket is absolutely filled with incredible high level players. Uh, Tonight's action, yeah, it's going to be a special one. So tonight, this is Shadow Ace on the mic with my co-host Nogarimi. Nogarimi, how you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm definitely looking to see some hype matches tonight. We got so many good players in these brackets coming through, and even some that especially one that I reach out to is like, hey, you got to get in here and you know do some damage, right? I got Del's on fire in here to finally see what's good.
Oh man, most definitely. You know what? And I'm always a big fan of the underdog. Of always a big fan of the upsets. Speaking, last week I ended up entering the bracket. Well, sometimes people think he's just a commentator. What damage is he gonna do, right? So I almost upset the timeline and ended up getting could have gotten top 8 in winner sidebar. However, he still using the power of Long Island. The four horsemen of Long Island said no, you will not change the future today. And he ended up putting me down for the count. But good stuff, because the reason why I say that, because tonight Long Island is deep in here today. Moons, Marvisto, Diego V. These guys.
Every week, and they're doing damage.
Every week. Urban. You know what I'm saying? I had to play Urban just to get to Marvisto, and Marvisto said, "Yo, you took my boy out, so it's nothing personal. This is just business." Which I understand. So good stuff for all of them for coming back and supporting the Casa. And of course tonight we have new names too, as well. New names in the bracket that some players may not be familiar with. And this is why I say the underdogs and the upsets might come in to play tonight. So we'll see what these players bring to the table, because so I'm always interested in looking at the new names into any bracket anytime I'm commentating an event, because you always want to wonder, who is this person that beat such and such, a veteran in the bracket, or a veteran, in the tournament scene, and you just see a new name, you might think, yo, that's just probably such and such on a Smurf account or something. But no, this is a completely new player. Street Fighter 5 is free now.
Yeah, absolutely. Not only just free, but they're cycling through characters like constantly, right? They're on a weekly schedule for which season gets to be free to play, which I think is pretty cool. But there's definitely killers in here. I mean, we got Flux Waves, we got This Is Battle, Tanachi, Nova Spec, Alex Sevens, Furby, NYC's own Furby, the young Art.
The young Art himself? What?
Well, we have to see if he's young or not, right? Like, there's you never know until you see him in battle, right? Like, right. Old man Art showed up today, and then some days it's like, okay, young Art's here, all right.
Just got to get that oatmeal, the Quaker power up, see how he's feeling today. But yeah, like he said, all those names, Joey FGC, I drop, a couple of NLBC came through. They came through today to the Casa. They it's like, yo, we came from out of town. What's up? See,
yeah. Brian Up's back in here. Like we are chilling here, taking a look to see what's good, and I'm glad to see all these great names in the bracket trying to compete and see who's gonna make it. Love Zero Nero in here as well. Pretty classic player at the RSF round robin, if I recall correctly. I remember back in the day when he was like a gold bison all the way back in 2018 or like early 2019. And he's come so far. Just as, bison, I think he's like ultra diamond or master at this point. Like, he's really been grinding the game.
Most definitely. And that's exactly what you'll see players decide to stick around with the game, is you'll see the change in the ranks and just the grinding, continuous hunger. As far as like passion and sticking with it, you'll see players who may have dropped in rank, and then like a week or so later they're back up a rank. Like, yo, wasn't you just like master yet the other day? Now you're grandmaster, and then what? You're almost about to get ultimate grandmaster. So you just been putting in a lot of work, And now due to COVID conditions, a lot of players are at home, so either they're working from home or just have more time um, with the game. So it's always good to see, it's always good to see that growth, and it's things like that, the players that keep the game alive, and and they always do appreciate them for entering events like these, or just keeping that passion going. So like I said, yeah, a couple of new names in here that I haven't seen before, so it's going to be interesting, very, very interesting. I hope you guys got your snacks, got your drinks, got your refreshments, and get ready to enjoy a good show.
Yeah, I already got my cup of water ready to go, but I think we're gonna get something on deck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course, our TO's getting used to new bracket system tonight. We're trying out Matcherino, so it's taking some getting used to, but I'm sure that the few hiccups as things come along, getting last minute registration, seeing how to deal with those as well. Like right at the end, we jumped from like 36 participants to 41.
So 41 now?
Yeah, like I'm sure.
Oh my gosh, I just refreshed, and yeah. See, but that's a good thing about Matcherino with that bracket, with their bracket system. It gives you that live count on who's entering the bracket. So you see the number 37, and then you just look at it; it'll go up again. But you get that live update on the entrants that get into it. But yeah, it'll take some time to get used to the system. But people are more used to the Salons and the Smash.gg. But I'm glad that Matcherino's taking that step. I think this is in the beta stages, I believe, of the brackets. I think they did an update on their Twitter about that, about this being like a beta phase for like organizing brackets and getting new features in, things of that nature.
Yeah, and I reached out to them about it a little bit, asking about some feature sets, because I've made a couple of bots or programs that integrate with Challenge, and so I wanted to kind of get in there. To see what they have to offer in terms of like APIs to like pull data and see what I can do. Just like you can see what you can do in terms of donating by checking out all the sponsor requests on the side, and using that Matcherino code, which I think is Casa SFV 22, right? So make sure that you get in there with the Matcherino, all right?
It's definitely already off to a great start, over 50 into the pot already for the players, so definitely do appreciate everyone's donation for doing that. And of course, throughout the night we'll see more and more, hopefully. If you guys feel like generously donating to that for the players, for all their hard work, because they are definitely have to do a lot of hard work to get through this bracket, man. So many strong competitors that are in this Casa for tonight, number 27. So with that being said, like you said, Flux, Hell's on Fire, Marvisto, just a couple of names. You got expecting to do some damage out there, but like again, I always tell people, I'm a big fan of the underdog. I love seeing the new talent come in and make a staple, make an example, or try to do what they can do and put up a good fight. But speaking of good fight, looks like we already got a good fight coming up your way, you guys. So one of the competitors in here is by the name of Peg, DR representative, I believe. Let me see if I can get that name accurate on the bracket here. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm not sure who the player is. I know the other one's Dora Pippa, who hails from Buffalo, I believe, if I can recall correctly here. So it's definitely good seeing him get out here again. Always, grinding the matches. He usually enters Incendium's like Digital Havoc as well, which is usually on Thursdays. So it's good seeing him out here. I'm unfamiliar with Peg GL, Peg Goal. I don't know how you want to pronounce.
Oh, okay. So the Igor,
yeah.
Igor, LIS, and Eric. Hakano.
Yeah, we'll call them by their screen names, Peg and Dora Pippa, since those seem like government names.
Yeah, so don't want
to expose anybody.
Yeah, that's true. I apologize. Okay, so yeah, looks like yep. So we have Peg and Dora Pippa up here on deck right now, so it should be an interesting one. Dora Pippa is a regular in our round robin. I know he also competes in the East Coast bracket too as well. So definitely a player that has been grinding out, just by entering and supporting the Reddit tournament events there. So he's a familiar name. So I want to see what he can bring to the table with his guild going up against Karine. Karine, of course, is one of the characters that it can be an exploding offense, based monster with just her pressure and her strings. Players aren't conditioned or used to fighting against Karen. It can be quite overwhelming, but we'll see what the tell of the tape here is.
Yeah, I mean, Karen's always a monster, right? Every single one of her knockdowns leaves her at a good distance for herself, or at least good enough to like dash up and get pressure after every single knockdown. But we already looking like a Bardock player on the start. Dora Pippa coming out swinging, really putting in the work here.
Look, I didn't even catch up to the game yet. Did he round start Lariat?
Yeah. That's the Bardock.
I didn't even start. I did not even start the game. Okay, all right.
I'm not even sure. Yeah. So it was definitely a rapid round. Dora Pippa definitely getting the P there, and showing him what's what. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what Peg can do here to get something going for himself. But right now, Dora Pippa trying to run a train again. All right, does know the punish on the EX. That's great. That's what you want to see. But Dora Pippa's just giving no respect here. Just woke up or busted out with a crouch heavy.
Another raw lariat. Good reaction from Peg. It's the activation. Trying to go in for the chase there. Gap checks. Players respecting it. Here's the activation though. Size.
Yeah, nice. Now you can see that now that Dora Pippa has seen that Peggle kind of knows what he's doing in this matchup, backed off, waited for a better situation for himself. And man, that crouch jab anti-aired on the other side of Peg's head. I don't know what to tell you. No confirm out of Dora Pippa, but is sitting on super here. It's getting close to, possibly a chip situation.
Questionable usage also on the V trigger. Not sure what he was really trying to go for as far as like any type of setup, but manages to still get the victory nonetheless with this I would say unorthodox but effective, but because it got the job done, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the things with both the brothers here, Urian and Gil, that crouch medium punch to move yourself forward and kind of shorten your hurt box so you get under that jump, and then just going for your button or throw on the other side to punish them. All right, but we are going back to the lobby here, maybe looking at just taking a little bit of a break, or possibly switching characters to what they think is a better matchup here. Yeah, so our Mika or Rashid, I think both. I mean, as long as you feel comfortable with the character, I think either can do well in the guild matchup. It's just about getting your pressure going, which I feel like really didn't start for his Karine at all. Like it felt very Dora Pippa like controlled all of the pace of the match, and there wasn't much opportunities or didn't feel like Peg was taking the opportunities to start their offense or to really become familiar with putting Dora Pippa on the back foot.
Like, I want to see if he decides to go, I want to say a Rashid, just to try to keep up with the tempo of the way that Dora Pippa was playing, because Dora Pippa was sort of being a little wild, but it got the job done. But no, instead goes for the Mika pick. Okay, so this is gonna be different, because I don't think Dora Pippa is gonna allow Peg to get that that close or any type of try to offense. But we'll see what happens. He stopped off with the round lariat again. Got the trade though.
Yeah, I think it's just the comfortability here, just knowing like it felt like with Karen, he knew what was kind of minus with Gil, but not necessarily the best way to get it out and to punish. And now you're seeing a lot more movement out of him as well, a lot more comfortability with the character.
Right, there's the activation. Here's the ice. On ice, does get hit with it. Yep. Damage on the way, and most definitely.
Yeah, just super smart from Dora Pippa to cover himself there, set it up knowing that Peg needed to approach or wanted to approach in that situation, just set the trap right in front of him.
But nice good reaction to the parry. People finding his footing here. Oh, sure. Okay, well. Okay, here's the activation from Pep. See what Pep can do with it, though.
Yeah, and Peg just looking really impatient here, just really trying to start smothering Dora Pippa here, but finally resetting it to neutral a little bit here. You know, finding, you know, their own pace. Dora Pippa trying to, you know, found the point where he can keep Peg out again, which I think is super important for him.
And it kind of, you know, like you said, it looks kind of like frustration coming out from Peg's side, just trying to find a way to get in, but just can't. Unfortunately, has to use his resources to try to get close. Oh, try to go for the command grab, but no. Pippa playing his game right now. Has the ice on the floor, has the fire. Which one you gonna get hit with, my friend?
You know, just looking for anything here, but no, not close enough to get a punish on that fireball. You know, sometimes there's some ranges where if you block a fireball a little bit closer, Mika can just use that like 7 or 8 frame move to just go forward and punish with how far it reaches, similar to like Chun-Li's lightning legs. But both Gil and Urian's fireballs have pretty good recovery on them, unlike somebody like Ryu or Ken, where you can really get that, you know, half screen punish. So Dora Pippa did a super good job there of controlling the pace and resetting the pace when he noticed that Peg was just like going balls to the walls, you know, trying to get anything on the table.
Right, and then that's just something as a player that you know that's something that's developed, because you see that and you go against a player who is more conditioned. I would say, you know, who just won't allow Dora Pippa, who wouldn't allow Dora Pippa to play the type of game he did. And because Peg lacked that knowledge in that matchup, Dora Pippa was able to play comfortably, sit comfortably, do whatever he was willing to do, because we saw usage of the V trigger, but it didn't look as sound. Like there was no real setup going towards, so like no real threat. But he made it work for him because he put Peg in a situation where he just didn't know what to do. You know, either it was hard for him to adjust to Dora Pippa's style, or maybe he just was not familiar with the Gil matchup. And you know, Gil is one of those characters that for now you're starting to actually see more players starting to, you know, keep their eyes on. Gil wasn't the character in the limelight when Seth came out. So when Seth came out, you know, I mean, there's still eyes on Seth, but now it feels like more people are starting to pay attention to Gil. So yeah, maybe Gil is this underdeveloped characters like a lot of people say he is. So
yeah, you can really see the Gil talk coming to light with a player like Prophet, who's been, you know, he was on a tear for like 2 or 3 weeks, just everywhere, getting, you know, top 3, top 8 with Gil, constantly making Gil look like a really sick and optimal character. And it really just showcased how much hard work that he put into leveling that character up to a point where he can make it look as flawless as it does now. There are naysayers. It's like, why even bother playing Gil? You have the better brother Urian, of course, who has the best V trigger in the game, hands down. Aegis is the most versatile, you know, V trigger in the game, but it just comes down to, you know, the needs of the players versus the what the characters can offer. So, you know, Urian's a charge character versus Gil, who's all motion, as well as, you know, doing the fancy sick combos with you know, that retribution and everything like that.
Anytime I see a Urian player just like able to hit confirm, standing short and tackle so much, you know, and so often, you know, just to do that, I was like, yeah, that's just charge partitioning. And you kind of like have to. It takes some time to develop just to be good with Urian to get to levels to do those standing confirms into tackles and able to get the headbutts, the standing headbutts and things of that nature. Whereas where you have Gil, of course, isn't the charge character. So execution wise, Gil, you would say what Gil is on the more better side um, versus Urian, but Urian, of course, has the more long range game here. And speaking of
Yeah.
long range game, we got Adnan with the sim going up against Del's on fire.
Yeah, the Canadian, the wildest Ryu in the West, but keeping it slow and patient here against Adnan, who is definitely a little bit of a crazy player. Both of them can definitely go a little bit crazy, so we see who can really start instigating that control. And so far, it looks like it's been Adnan, but nice parry out of Del's here, getting the back throw follow-up as well. It was actually a really good sequence that gave him the life lead, but slide into activate here. What's the mix? Nice back rise and was able to see the activation here.
Big back there from Delron. Try to go for a ring, but the reversal Shoryuken.
Oh, he tried to parry that up fireball, and unfortunately was a little bit too early on it. Got him hit, glossed him that very nice life that he needed towards the end of that round, and Adnan was able to take it. But now we're seeing Del's get a lot more aggressive here, really starting to close this distance, stack this gray life as much as he can early in the match before Adnan can get things started.
Yeah, the tell of the tape goes that of course Sim beats Ryu as it goes, but Del's on right now making good use of the tools. Try to keep Adnan contained. Okay, reversal.
Yeah, just reversal to get rid of the orb. Not a bad situation for him. And Del's can actually, well, he could almost chip out in that situation. Can definitely chip out here. Adnan definitely has to be careful with some of these drills. Oh, yeah, he definitely did. Needs one more touch. Adnan's just going to jump back and throw the fire. Looking for the mix. Yo, that drill. Yo, he was like, eat the mix, and the mix just wasn't there. He needed to wait a little bit longer on that fireball. Del was trying for the gimmick, the light Tatsu on round start into super, but Adnan didn't bite on it, but has this corner gonna go for the reset for the optimal stun.
Yes, he does. Good block. His activation there from Adnan trying to get in. The sweep gets the stun. Of course, that's gonna close out. Big damage.
Yeah. He went for the max damage there, which is actually the double EX donkey kick. So like you cross them up in the corner, you can actually get 2 EX donkey kicks to connect after that back heavy kick. But didn't even need all that damage, but definitely just putting that in his mind to always have the max damage ready.
Right, you definitely want to have those maximum punish opportunities in your pocket. You just never know when that extra 50 to 100% damage damage comes from. So see here, round start again with the aggression. It's the float. Adnan.
Yeah, and you can see that Adnan's not really pushing the neutral buttons, like the medium punches or medium kicks that kind of stop Del's from jumping or doing anything like that. He's mostly just been going for these drills or going for these slide pressure, which actually loses pretty heavily to the neutral jump.
Right, does it again, good check. There's the sweep. Wow. Managed to get a full sweep on that, closing out the round. And Del's on right now, sitting on set point. Matchup charts be damned.
Yeah, so you see now that when you see all the limps come out, you see that Del's neutral jumps a lot less. So it's really just hard. We tried to punish the drill, but yeah, Del's is definitely wilding right now. Definitely up a lot, feeling himself a little bit here.
Tried to go for a big hard read with the EXDP, but Adnan was not having none of it. Condition on the block was good. Adnan trying to put it back on the board, trying to bring it back. See what Delzon has in his pocket. You can see him starting to slow down a little bit. Doesn't want to go too far in, maybe readjusting the game plan, but Adnan's going to take this time, take full advantage and impress.
Yeah, and you can just see how Adonon's kind of mixed up his flow here, really mixing up between pushing buttons and jumping. But nice jump in from Dells there, going to get a big hit here. Went low just to beat the super just in case. What's the reset? Stayed in front. If he dashes there, he always stays in front, but that's going to close it out. Spins the super just to be sure. And look at that zombie Samurai Ryu go.
Man, not even a Kari costume from fighting EX later. He said, yo, I just need the classic Ghost, you know what I'm saying? The classic Ghost, the samurai outfit to do the job. Good stuff. To Del Zon Fire. Very good games as well. Once again, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to the Casa. We hope you guys are enjoying the content that's being brought. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and give KO the Poet, Damn It Dom, these guys putting in so much work with the stream, making sure the quality, the levels are good, making sure you guys are good at home and you're enjoying the content being brought to you as well. So definitely good stuff on that. Also got the Match Reno going for you guys for tuning in as well. If you hit the exclamation mark Match Reno in the chat, you guys can use that promo code also to donate a free 50 cents to the pot. And add that in for the players for tonight. Already total looking really good, but I think it can look even better. Nog, on this, what do you think?
I mean, it can always look better, but of course, if you wanted to go, because you can always go through and do the sponsor quest on the side, you can use the code Casa SFV22 to donate. You can even donate your own money there. But in case you don't want to donate specifically to this tournament, you want to help Casa overall in general, you can always, support on Patreon to help us, donate, our own money to the pot, and also to, maybe help, pay some of the volunteers that help and, commit every single week. So definitely look into giving that. There's great perks for it. Like you can get ad spots, you can get, promotional material all set up if you have anything you want to promote. Definitely, feel free to hit up Patreon. Of course, there's also the Teespring, where of course if you want to rep the community, you can buy the merchandise, get everything you want. We got tanks, we got tees, we got hats, we got sweaters, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, anything you can think of to rep this community. Make sure that make sure that you let people know where home is, where it's good, where you always come in every single week, if not day, to come get all of the stuff that you need, right?
There's the okay, I see the coffee mug. I see the coffee mug on the website, and definitely might have to check that out because we are approaching that season where it is going to get a little chilly, and it may be some hot chocolate time. So yeah, definitely will look good. Will look good with the Casa logo on the cup, drinking out some hot chocolate. So yeah, there's the the website there. There you guys go with the sites. You can see the shirts, the tanks, the tees, the sweaters, the hoodies, all of that Casa gear, looking fresh, looking extra nice. The socks, the Casa socks, yo, Idom, I know you out there. I know you see these socks. I know you don't got a pair of these socks. You do not have a pair of Casa socks in your collection. So there you go. There's the information, you guys. Go ahead and support the Casa family. You're doing a lot of work. And see, look at that. Look at the design of that cup. It's so slick. It just looks so good on your desk, your work desk, for those who are working from home, or just enjoying a good cup of coffee before hitting out to work. Definitely would look good with some Casa merchandise in your home. But once again, everybody, yeah, for joining into this. And also, yeah, hit up the YouTube too as well. Hit up the YouTube as well for all the stream matches being archived, especially for tonight's event as well too.
Yeah, or if you want to check out my voice from last week, you can definitely get in there, watch the pools from last week, or the mosh pit that happened for top 5.
No, I wasn't even around. What happened?
What happened? So Liston wanted to watch the matches, not from the stream, like he wanted to watch them live, and so he clicked the stream that Dom was running, and it takes you into that chat, and so he started a mosh pit because he joined the chat.
Oh my god! So it's 5 people on the mic commentating top 5.
Yeah, it wasn't top 6. It was top 5. We already missed one match.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it was super fun. But yeah, that'll be dope. I think we have possibly another match coming up here soon, but there's always a ton of other cool stuff. You can, of course, on the YouTube, you can always see you can see, you know, Street Fighter 5 and Grand Blue going back, you know, every single time.
Most definitely. But yeah, there's the link, guys, the YouTube link here. The Casa Street Fighter 5 YouTube. Of course, the matches, like you said, are archived. The top 5 mosh pit does sound like insane fun time. Might have to do that again, make a surprise appearance, who knows. But yeah, good stuff on that. Good stuff on the support website for all the products and gear for the Casa. Again, that does support the family, the Casa family, the staff, with the Patreon and that information too as well. And again, we have a lot of very talented players that enter into tonight. I mean, we're at what, 41. This is probably like the highest I've seen so far, but I'm pretty sure it's been much bigger. But yeah, this is a very good number here. Of course, you know, with the Street Fighter League going on, it's a good time for esports, especially for this particular game here. So good stuff, you know, with the UIU, you know, color pack, the costume pack that's coming out. I thought it was going to be a color for everybody, but I think it's just though for whoever's using the characters on the teams, I believe. Yeah. Okay. Ah, man. I was like, yo, I really wanted the black and red for the Ed. I was like, dang, that color would look sick on Ed. And I was like, nah, man, don't play these colors. If you don't play these characters, you're not getting these colors.
It's okay. I'm just over here playing Guile, who just doesn't get love for costumes or colors or like anything. He just sits here. You know, like he's got Knuckle Dew costume. He's got 30th anniversary. He's got zombie Halloween, and that's like pretty much all the extra costume he has.
Look, you get. I mean, there's characters, you know, far worse. You know, you could be Dawson or Birdie.
Birdie has some costumes, but I mean,
the champion costume.
I definitely feel like the costumes that those characters have are better quality than the ones Guile has. Guile has like 3 costumes that are just, here's Guile, but whether it's like a tank top or just a different shirt, it's like nothing's really different about him. Unlike some other costumes, like the Halloween Sim costume, where like he's just a spooky mummy, like that one's sick.
Yeah, that is a good costume. But you know, hopefully we'll you know, so we'll see down the line. There's always a rumor for the extra color to come in. You know, not the shadow, not the black and red one, but the black and blue one. I guess the Japanese exclusive color. I think that's supposed to be coming here soon. If I'm not mistaken, they're probably like released it in another pack or something. But yeah, those. I mean, that color's banned anyway in tournaments, so can't really use it.
Yeah, always
shadows.
Yeah, Capcom 100% knows that they can make money on it, but they shouldn't allow it in tournament. So they release a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, it's the same thing with like Rashid Stage or the Beach. It's like they released it and then banned it from tournament.
You can't use it. Let's pay $5 for this stage, but guess what? You can't use it in our tournaments though.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but nonetheless, this is a good tournament here that we have here. So it looks like I'm taking a look at the rap sheet here. We got Flux going up against Verse, I believe.
Yeah, a little bit of an audible being called. We're gonna get Zero Nero versus Mechanic in here.
Okay, all right. So we got to call an audible on that one. But yeah, got plenty of matches coming in, you guys. And again, thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. But stay tuned, because as we get deeper into this bracket, you know, the matches are only going to get more intense. You know, you're going to start to see a much higher level set play, you know, coming out of these players. So it's they're definitely going to have to put their work in. If they want to make it so far into this bracket. And we got a couple of players here now that are almost close. So it looks like, okay, so we're going to get
Last Dragon versus Flux. We're all over the place. All right.
Yo, Maturino, let's go. So yeah, we're at I think we're at we're over 70 right now on the Maturino, but yeah, definitely appreciate everybody who's decided to donate for this match for this Casa number 27 here. So okay.
Yeah, back to Q again. But big shout out. Want to shout out the Maturino again. Make sure that you use the coupon code Casa SF522 just to donate some money to this community. And while you're donating money to this community, make sure that you check out NLBC and everything that Team Spooky is doing for his folks over there, whether it's Street Fighter 5, Grand Blue, or Dragon Ball. He's bringing a lot of money to the table right now with Red Bull. I think that's still going on, where I think the winner gets $500 for each of those tournaments, or the prize pools $500 for each of those tournaments. So definitely big love to him. And then of course we always have Jeff the Hero running Ronin Rumble on Sundays. The classic, both East and West Coast, Grand Blue versus. Then there's always the coast to coast match at the end to see who's going to be the better player or who's going to be the better coast that week. So much love to all of those productions.
Yep. Most definitely do appreciate those guys and our support. Definitely appreciate you guys' support here for watching here. We're gonna get into our next match here. Apologize for the delay. So it looks like we will have Flux, who's won a couple of Casas here. So we have to see if he can go the distance and do the same thing again. Will history repeat itself? So it looks like Flux will be going up against, I believe, the Last Dragon.
Yeah, the Last Dragon, another one from Louisiana. I've seen a couple people pop in from there. This time, Rocking Gill looking spacing a little bit better than we saw Dor Pippa do, and definitely making these hard reads against Flux. Oh my goodness, that parry as well. Pushing to the corner. I don't even think you guys can see it yet, but this match so far has been fire.
Literally. All right, so here we go. Go ahead and catch up here. Synchronized on my end. PS4 Slug Boys. PC. After it.
PC Master Race. Can't afford to miss some of these matches. And you did see the first round the Last Dragon did take. We'll see if Flux can really respond here. He's been super dominant with this poison, so we'll see if he can keep up this streak.
All right, there we go. Trying to make a name for himself. May have overcommitted on the knee press. Does give Flux an opportunity to get positioning. Walk up throw with the cancel.
Yeah, it's one of the things where you get so used to seeing, then he tried to tech. It's one of the things where you get so used to poison either, just canceling out of whip or, holding whip and backing up and then letting it go. Like, there's so many options for her in that situation when she gets to cancel like that, where you're really at a guess, right?
It's definitely the Last Dragon not showing the fear, gets the anti-air. It's a corner positioning. Up right there from Flux. Lariat again.
Yeah. I like the we did see the Lariat again. I do like Flux V reversal to get some space out of the corner, but Last Dragon takes it right back with a couple of Lariats.
Here. Oh no, blows up that rabbit.
Blows up the parry attempts too. Like, Flux is definitely getting a read on the timing here.
And that's
he couldn't kill, so he went for the reset, which unfortunately also didn't kill on that back throw. Just not enough damage, but still just a jump in, catching Last Dragon unprepared.
Last Dragon tried to look for a low activation possibly, but Flux was already airborne, was already able to get in and get the damage needed to close out the game. So good stuff to Flux wave on that. We'll see if Last Dragon can respond back. I don't think he has to do whatever he did in the first round, but just keep doing that. All right, let's see.
Yeah, it was really it was really just having good reads on Flux that allowed him to get there. But we've seen Flux constantly just adjusting his play style and his timings to make Last Dragon double think, right? Or push buttons or push parries at the wrong time. And you're just seeing the perfect key out game for Flux here, just not letting anything bother him or deter him. And at this point, trading on fireballs is excellent. He even got the anti-air with the medium whip.
Very good control from Flux right now. taking the wheel back from the ship, saying that I am the one who dictates the course of where we're going in this matchup. The fireballs from Last Dragon trying to get something, but it just seems like he's trying to cycle through all his options and hoping that lariat hits. It does hit, but again, pushes him back. Wow, it's a parry. All right.
But it's one of the things where that lariat's such a risky option for the Last Dragon that, you know, it works some of the time, but look at the damage that he ends up taking most of the time, that he just does a random lariat and then it's Flux's turn to kind of play the game. All right, but good job kind of trapping Flux to this corner, but it didn't last long. The confirmation into super. As soon as I was saying it, I'm like, okay, he's getting some good control. He got hit once and it was all over.
Yeah, good stuff on Flux. Remaining composure. Ended up taking the confirm into super. Caught the dash in from Last Dragon. Last Dragon was trying to best to get the offense going. But in the end, Flux maintained composure and moves on into the bracket. But the Last Dragon, not out of it just yet. He'll have to go down the losers to the shark-infested waters. And man, I can only imagine how many monsters and creatures that are down near, that are waiting down here in the losers bracket. Because you go to losers bracket, I mean, you have to. It's obviously you're gonna make you have to make the long track back up to get back topside, because you play more matches in loser, and the pressure is just more mounting in losers too as well, because you know you lose again in losers and you know that's it, that's the end of your journey. At least in winners you have some time to think, okay, well, I did lose, I still have a chance. But in losers, I think the pressure is building, is a bit more down there. But
yeah, I mean, you want to look at, I mean, losers round 2 is Adenon versus Eyedrop, and I don't know about you, but that's pretty killer.
Round 2 for losers, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
I hope you like a quick tournament, because that's how you go out pretty quick.
Look, that just goes to show you the amount of caliber and level these players are, you know, in this tournament. You know, you get a lot of good players. When you get a lot of good players in the same bracket or maybe on the same side, there's a 90% chance, 100% chance that the losers matches are gonna be just as sick, because not only that the person in winners lost, but they have to play the person on the opposite side of the bracket. So the person on the opposite side of the bracket may be just as strong or even stronger going into the losers. So you know that's why you end up with a match like that. You know, Adnan versus Eyedrop this round 2, because of that, the way the seeding works for the brackets. So yeah, that's why I said there's just more pressure going in to losers, because you're just trying your best to get through the sharks and all of the, you know, the matchup knowledge and keep afloat. But you know, people in winners, they can sort of breathe a little bit, just get a little bit of more air. So we'll see what happens as the bracket develops.
Yeah, definitely. But it looks like we went from one Louisianian. That seems wrong. We went from one person from Louisiana, and it looks like we're gonna go to another one. It should be like GOL Mechanic coming in here with the Zeku. Okay. GOL is just kind of, I don't remember what it stands for, but I know that it's Louisiana based, of course, with GOL Symphony as well. You know, bringing the heat as well.
GOL Toy, right? Toy 2 as well.
Yeah, there's a bunch of good players that hail from that region. They kind of have dispersed a little bit, but I'm sure that, you know, every single one of them is bringing the heat. Every single one of them has, you know, trained with some of the best players in the nation, and you know, you can really see the fruits of that. As you know, we've seen really good players come from. Even the Last Dragon wasn't a bad player. Flux is just on, you know, that next level. But we'll see what Mechanic can bring here against Zero Nero, right? That round robin Bison, RSF round robin Bison that's coming in, has been doing really, really well. I think he does a good job of controlling the pace, and you know, everything Bison does is plus on block.
Look, he always tells you to buy his book if you haven't bought it already. Like you said, everything he does is plus, the name of his book. So we will see. Shout outs to Rue in the chat giving us the gods of Louisiana for the GLL. I see you guys doing work out there. GOL, gods of Louisiana. I love it. right, so we got Zeren Nero here. Let's see what he decides to pick, because I know Zeren's known for going through a good amount of characters here. I know he has a Bison. I know he does Bison. I know he does Sagat, but looks like he's gonna opt in for the main guy, the bad guy himself, Bison. So we'll see.
Yeah, sometimes when you're bringing the heat, you gotta keep it fresh with the Bison. So definitely think that's a good call from him, and just getting his pressure going. But Mechanic not staying out of it for long, pretty much tied it up. Has the activation, got the punish on the other side. Didn't get the rest of the damage, but the follow-up situation is gonna do it there for him.
Right. Shout outs to Dammit Dom for the raid with the 24. Definitely do appreciate the. Hopefully, hope your Grand Blue stream was as wonderful. All right, so here we go here with the next match. Confirm from Zeren.
Yeah, got a good confirm, but the big bust out 1 + 1 = DP. Mechanic doing the math. Got out of the corner with the back throw there, and now can just start applying this pressure.
Nice. Now this is Mechanic right now trying to set the tone, get the neutral jump, try to go for a read on the slide.
Okay, nice shimmy out of Nero. I mixed up his name, but Zero Nero here. Getting some good corner pressure back to him. Oh my goodness, got another bait. Wasn't the shimmy, but caught him pushing a button on the shimmy, it looks like.
Very good stuff from Zeren. Taking it back. Even right now. Man, this is a really good set. All right, let's see. Round start, good reaction there from Mechanic.
Yeah, and the appropriate delay too. Sometimes those Devil's Reverse can put you on the wrong side for the anti-air.
Okay, no anti-air reaction from Zeren. Again, let him jump there. That's all right. He maintains his composure with the defense.
Yo, just the raw slide from Mechanic. Nothing to really back it up. Just the hard read that, Zeren's going to try to reposition. And this, well, I can't, not quite the same thing from Zeren. He did have V-Trigger to keep himself safe, but going to look for this corner pressure here. Maybe a command grab at some point.
All right, nice air check. Try to go for the shimmy just in case for the grab attempt.
Yeah, and I like Mechanic just backing up Zero Nero here with the V reversals, and out of the corner there with that dash under. That's very important to kind of maintaining the space you want against Bison.
Nice. Very good movement here from Mechanic. He may look risky, but he's knowing the placement on when to do what he has to do. Zero Nero's doing a good job defensively as well. No answer for the anti-air. Zero wants to play a bit safe. The crusher tried to go for the grab. Good tech by Mechanic. Here's the activation. Gets the crush counter slide though. He's getting paid. Oh.
Yeah, has to block something, but he's going to get the chip damage here. Zero Nero not building up that V reversal in time, and that's going to give game number 1 to Mechanic here.
Yeah, I felt like Zeren could have possibly taken some of those, some of those sequences back in his direction, because there was a couple of anti-airs that he missed that he could have reconditioned Mechanic on doing, may have dissuade him from doing the jumps. But because he wasn't reacting to it, Mechanic had the game plan of just jumping in and doing what he wants to do. So we'll see. Maybe the second game, Zeren can catch on to that.
Yeah, maybe start doing some of those hell attacks or the crouch fierces or crouch jab anti-airs, just something to get it. But you have odd ranges like that where it looked like Mechanic was going to cross up but stayed in front. Right, there we go.
There we go. That's what we want to see. Its reactions to those jumps here. Just waiting from taking to the skies. Right, jab checks.
Yeah, you got to check when you block those V reversals. It is your turn still. Like if you block their V reversal, they're -2. Right. Unless it's gaming. Oh, there's the hell attack.
Yo, I think he's listening to it. He might be listening. He's like, yo, these guys are right. I'm not doing this.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? I didn't anti-air at all. I need to do that. But still not quite out of this corner yet. Needs to get just a chip more. Oh, but so much. He's stacking up the... I was going to say stacking up to get the chip kill, but he just spent a bar to get the reset just so he can save 2 of his bars there.
Very good stuff. Right now, anti-air. Whoa, the bust out. Making a statement. Zero Nero answers back. Another EX. Wow. Bar for bar, word for word. Good. Psycho blast pressure here. Scissors get tech. You'll see the bounty house play style of Mechanic. It's doing work for him. All right, nice. Good reaction to the grab attempt. Bomb on him.
Yeah, bomb on him. Oh, he went for the cross-up setup. Was a little bit too early on it. Didn't quite get the mix. Was pretty obvious. He was saying same time. Just let him slide all the way in. I was so concerned for the activation here. He's getting reset. Missed the counter hit conversion as well. The question is just
so
when.
Risky. That was so risky for Zero Nero just to do the scissors. If Mechanic was able to react, oh my gosh. All right, here we go. Zero trying to stay alive in this matchup. EX for the pressure. Everything I do is plus. Everything. No, calm down. And said, no, I'm not calming down. I'm going. I need this.
Yeah, nice check on some of the fake pressure. Now you can see Mechanic getting some resets, some throws, really doing some damage. But Zero Nero with the EX, they're spending all of his bar on all these really good EX moves that Bison has, finding his way to bust out of the corner at these certain points, trying to find a point to activate too.
Good anti-air. Got the cross-up. Cross-up. Pressure. Oh no, not yet, not yet.
No, one more. Careful. Okay, here's the activation from Mechanic. Zirin has to be careful not to eat too much damage here so that he gets chipped out, right? He just needs one more touch. He doesn't need to overcommit on anything.
Oh, no.
You see? And that's what I like to see, the patience from Nero, knowing that, okay, I got hit there. I definitely shouldn't have. I'm just going to, be patient here. Find the points where, he's going to try to walk forward to throw me and tech when that's necessary. But most of the time, he's just going to look for something big or something to reset. So I can just play it safe, ride this out until I feel comfortable to close it out.
Hey, and then most definitely, because you saw that great life was building up too as well. So it felt like Mechanic just went for a Hail Mary for the EX slide. Possible execution error, but it looks like he may have just tried to go for maybe like a hard read on the slide. And that could have possibly taken it, but nonetheless, Zero Nero managed to regain his composure, staying alive in this match. All right, here's some good pressure here. Yo, wait a minute, did you see that? Yo,
yeah, so EXCP does have projectile frames too, but got the cross up too for another crush in this round. Zero Nero bringing the heat this time. He's really taking it to Mechanic here. He's showing everything that he's kind of kept in reserve here.
Yo, it kind of looked like the Psycho Blast, like, okay. So the EXDP did clip that, the Psycho Blast out, but Zero Nero was able to actually punish on it. Wow. All right, so here we go. Set point, bringing it back from Zero Nero. Let's see if Mechanic can stay alive in this. Looks like it's all aggression here.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to put Zirin back on his back foot here with the mix-ups between throws and buttons and slides. Like, he's really trying to make Zirin feel more uncomfortable. But Zirin just, feels pretty much at peace here, finding his opportunities to poke or to challenge in these situations. Gets a cross-up hit, it's 2 hits. Come on, guys. You got to start remembering what's going to happen on these Psycho Crushers.
And there's the throw. Mechanic needs good confirm. Oh, the anti-air out of nowhere.
Yeah, the thing that we didn't see at all in the first game, we see it be the reason Zero Nero got the victory here. So big shout out on the adjustment from him, really learning how to anti-air. I love it. Really finding his points to be more comfortable in ranges to anti-air as well. Like, he stood back a little bit further, where slide's going to be a little bit more of a riskier option. Well, excuse me, a less risky option, but there's that slight chance that you walk in and out of it. So you don't quite want to slide, so you end up jumping to kind of approach. And he was ready for it.
Yeah, the thing that plagued him from the beginning of the set, and he ended up using that one thing to close the set out. But that was a very good set between both of the players. Not going to take anything away from Mechanic. Zeku is still very good, very potent Zeku play here that we've seen. But again, Zero Nero was able to adjust, was able to adapt, and bring it back in. So very good stuff on Zero Nero. Is going to move forward into the bracket. So like I said, Mechanic still has an opportunity to sit at the dining room table, the big dinner table, for the top to get to the top 8. We know that that top 8, that bottom half is just looking absolutely monsters right now, because I remember you said it was Anon and I drop in like the second round of losers. So you already know that those matches down there are going to be a little hectic. But it looks like we're going to go forward on into the bracket. For you guys who are just tuning in and enjoying the show, go ahead and don't, if it's possible, use the exclamation mark Matcherino command into the chat to donate a free 50 cents with that promo code for the Casa tonight. You can also do the sponsor quest, the side quest, to donate a few free cents too as well. Every dollar does count. Every dollar does make a huge difference into that pot. These players have grinded and worked so hard to get to that point. Give them a little reward, a little reward so they can, if you get that top 8, especially if you get a top 8 tonight, good placement tonight, that just solidifies your seat at the table.
Yeah, let the players know what's good, and definitely give them some bones for all the work that they're putting in here. And they have been grinding out these matches. We've had so many good players go, back and forth, right? We already had Brian F beat Moons 2-0 and put him into losers. We've had Diego V put I Drop down into losers. Joey FGC beating JCZR, and Dala beating somebody that I'm not familiar with, but and Dala's in here fighting up against Diego V eventually. A ton of great players here that are fighting it out, and definitely we want to show our love and support for them for giving us these awesome matches, make it worth their while.
All right. Most definitely, these guys have their work cut out for them. The farther we go into this, the bracket of Crusaders. But speaking of Crusaders, we have NYC Furby, aka Young Art TS7, going up against the Drunk Monkey, Drunk Monkey's Rashid. So we will see how this matchup goes. I have to see how he feels.
He heard how much we were praising Matcherino, and that man loves Matcherino, and he was like, I gotta get on stream. They're repping Matcherino. I gotta get in there to let the people know it's good. And so he's going to bring the heat with his Dulcim. And of course, we did see Drunken Monkey possibly repping Rashid there in the Battle Lounge. Definitely not a good match for Dulcim, but you'd be surprised what Dulcim pockets can kind of keep in their back pocket if you're not, also at that max level that's, really looking at the smaller interactions.
Yeah, when a bad matchup is bad, when a good matchup is good, but when it depends on what the players what the players know or what the players have to do in their toolkit. But no, the swerve, not Rashid. Rashid definitely would have been a more favorable pick. I don't know if that is Drunk Monkey's main, but he's going with the Nash. Okay.
All I want to shout out is we got more Louisiana representation here. I feel like as much as NLBC tried to invade here and that, Long Island knows this is their home, Louisiana has come out strong tonight. Like, they've come out in droves to try to find a chance to get some of this money.
We'll see how they fare, though. But let's see Drunk Monkey going against NYC Furby with the Sim. Let's see what Art can do.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Art so far has really just been cooking them up, been doing an excellent job. But here we go, Drunk Monkey getting some party started, try to bait a throw, not coming. But I wonder what we're going to see out of him, trying to get some mix, then backing off when everything's not working.
You just seen the pokes that the Art's getting to as well. Figuring out, the ranges and things of where he can press the buttons. Good Drunk Monkey tried to make a good offensive move, but Young Saban using the ancient wisdom of the Quaker Oats, harnessing the power, knowing that the water is boiling right now, so I'm just gonna take my time and just watch you. Yo, the dash up jab. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I mean one of the best things about Dulcim's V Trigger 2 is just the ability that it has to just push your opponent to the corner. Right, you saw there that we were almost towards the player 2 corner, the right side corner. Furby activated, got the orb out, and caught him out of the sky here. Excuse me, I'm just going to stop talking about that because something like Drunk Monkey has not stopped playing, has not stopped trying to adapt. Caught him out the air with the Tragedy Assault, but just hasn't been able to get much else going for himself here.
Yeah, right now Art is just looking really comfortable into the matchup here. Playing his game, playing good standard. Wow, the fierce. Oh, the roundhouse? Okay.
Yeah, the setup there for the drill as well, keeping this corner pressure pretty tight, trying to find his opportunities, and there it is with the teleport into Fierce, going to be able to combo into the EX, take game number 1.
Yeah, you can see Drunk Monkey was trying to press a button, try maybe to catch the recovery frames of the float there, but ended up getting stuffed out. But nonetheless, Art takes game 1. We will see if Drunk Monkey's able to make an adjustment and get back into the fight here. I want to see him try the Rashid. You know, I definitely think Rashid would be a better pick. If it felt like Drunk Monkey wasn't sure of the spots, he was able to try to fight Sim in. So, but no, he sticks with it. He's dedicated to the cause.
Yeah, and it might not be one of the things where he doesn't know where to play against Sim. It's that he doesn't know where to play against Arturo, right? Definitely has a style of Dhalsim, a level of Dhalsim that's not, you know, classically seen.
Definitely interesting character difference, different play style. Of course, you know, you compare Art and like Adnan. You know, Adnan, the more aggressive Sim. You know, Art, you know, sort of takes his time, analyzes the situation, gets his pokes here and there, and knows when to turn on the juice. So, yeah, he's willing to sit back. Adnan, he plays like, yo, I'm going all the way in.
Yeah, and you can see that Drunk Monkey is definitely having some of those points where he's like, I'm going to go all the way in, and then it's just met with Art just, you know, doing all this Yoga Flame pressure, stacking this chip damage, but nice V-trigger, going to spend all of the super just to get something on the round for himself. I love the use of meter. Never be cheap on the date. Treat yourself, treat your date, you know, make sure that they get treated right by taking that round, right?
Yeah, you gotta treat yourself, not cheat yourself. So yeah, most definitely spend that cash. It's gonna close out, even if it's just a pixel. You know, you might use it to chip out. You know, just do what you gotta do to get the round. You're gonna get it back next round. Don't hold on to it. Spend it.
Yeah, definitely. All right, and we can see that, you know, Furby's being a little bit more aggressive here, a lot more medium punches, a lot more drills at this close range, trying to, you know, catch Drunk Monkey out here, but hasn't amounted to a lot of offense here. Instead, Drunk Monkey has been able to find the ranges where they can kind of move around it, you know, find their own opportunities to get some damage. You know, either wants to be on top of Furby or wants to be, you know, all the way full screen outside of the range of the limbs. Not quite anywhere in this mid screen where all of these limbs hit, causing, you know, a lot of damage, but, you know, getting things going for himself here until that sweep.
What, yo, the mix. All right,
you know, people didn't know that Dhalsim has mix in this game.
Yeah, definitely the most. Yo, you'll definitely see Rushdown Sim Fighter 5. That's
in the follow up. Yeah.
All right, Art sitting on set point. It's definitely doable for Drunk Monkey. He just has to find that rhythm, you know, find that pattern to Arturo's playstyle. Because right now, you see how Arturo's just playing his game with the, you know, the aggression right now, countering everything, literally everything Drunk Monkey's trying to do.
You can actually see that in this round, Arturo mixed up his timing for a lot of things, doing a lot of float drills or float into landings that are causing a lot of issues for Drunk Monkey there, and dashed under, dashed back, got clipped still. NYC Furby going to be able to close it out there, and Drunk Monkey dying with full meter, almost full, you know, V-trigger stacking up again, and just couldn't make anything happen that round.
Most definitely, you can sort of see the frustration starting to build a little bit on Drunk Monkey. Wasn't able to get the round, so, you know, good stuff on that. But just something you could go back and look on to, when, you know, when viewing the archives for the stream, just to figure out where, you know, you may have messed up, or what is my opponent doing to put me in this frustrating situation? How am I able to react to counter this? And, you know, as people say, you know, some people might say, yo, the more buttons you press in Street Fighter 5, the more you win. Some kind of, you know, weird flaw logic like that, but it can, you know, that can sort of be true.
Yeah, but, you know, if you love pushing buttons, go ahead and, you know, push that left mouse button, and, you know, head on over to, you know, Casa's Patreon in order to, you know, show some love to the Patreon. You know, give some love there. You know, help us support every single week. You know, to the pod, to the volunteers that help, and whether it's to the streamers, to the commentators, anybody that's in here helping us out. You know, there's definitely a lot of good opportunities or membership levels for ads and everything like that. And if you're looking for an ad spot here, there's no better place to promote than our Teespring, where you can promote all of our lovely Casa merch, where, you know, you can rep the fam anywhere you go. Tell everybody where home is, because, you know, you got to let them know where it's good. All right.
Look, apparel, accessories, all, you know, things of that daily items, you know, that you use around the house. The Casa mouse, is there a Casa mouse pad, you know, because I'm kind of in the market for a new pad. Coming soon. Okay, I respect it. But definitely that mug is something I want to keep my eye on, especially with the upcoming, winter season as well. So you want to be nice and cozy with your hot chocolate and the Casa cup there. So yeah, you see a couple of merchandising opportunities there with the shirts, the tees,
yeah. I mean,
sweaters.
Yeah, if you want to be nice and warm, you got the sweaters, you got the hoodies that can definitely keep you warm going into this winter season as it starts cooling off, and it's still not quite freezing cold, northeast temperatures, but still kind of low 50s, mid 40s, that kind of weather. You can rock some hoodies definitely. And one more time, want to give another shout out to our match arena. Make sure that you get in there, use the code CASA SF5, or if you're on Grand Blue, CASA GBV, I forgot the code, GBVS 22, or if you're on Street Fighter, Casa SF5 22 to donate 50 cents. There's a bunch of sponsor quests that you can do as well in order to give some lovely money to these players. And speaking of all these players, some of these players hail or are frequenters of that RSF East Coast or RSF West Coast. Not too much, but there's some people that have transplanted coast and are doing well over here in Casa as well. And so definitely want to shout out, to RSF. Joe Monday's always doing good work, even despite what happened this Monday where you had some technical difficulties, but nobody's perfect. Nothing ever works forever. There's always Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And that's sometimes it all stacks up on one night.
Right. Right. And then.
Yeah, and then of course you can check us out on YouTube. You can check all the VODs here in case you missed them on Twitch, and you need something else. You can always hit up the YouTube to catch what you missed out on, of course. And so that's going to be everything from last week, the week before, like literally any of the VODs that you could pretty much ever want. You make sure that you go check them out on the YouTube. Subscribe to it if you're interested in seeing these every week, in case you know that you're always busy on Fridays. Definitely subscribe and check out the VODs there, and definitely check out, make sure that you're following Casa on Twitter. I believe that's Casa Bunch on Twitter. Make sure that you're following for the latest updates on the tournament, for prizes, anything like that. Definitely give the love there as well and give them a follow. Yeah, no problem. Right. And since that's it for the ads, that means that we're getting back into the matches, which means we all need to go back to the queue since we've all been sitting here waiting, talking about the ads. So we are going to have Brian F versus Doro Pippa. We saw Doro a little bit earlier, rocking Gil against it was Karen, Peg. Yeah, Peg. Of course, he was able to take it over them. They took it over their next opponent as well, which I believe was... No, that was Peg. It was only that one match. But now we are going to get Brian F on stream. Brian F, of course, a man that needs no introductions, but I'm going to introduce him anyway. He comes up with a plan for everything. He knows his perfect spacing on pretty much everything. His optimal punishes. The man has been in the lab nonstop for 5 years with Boxer, and I don't think it's going to change at all at this point. The man has found the character for him, or has at least found the character that he's going to try to make work for him.
Right, most definitely. And this is actually maybe causing I'd have some deja vu, because he definitely went against Prophet in grand finals, of the previous Casa here. So of course he has the experience of going up against a Gil, but again, Prophet's Gil is of a different level, a different caliber. But we'll see if Dora Pipa can, get the mantle here, as well. Maybe get some of that Prophet spirit energy. But we'll see. Maybe he brings his own unique style to the table with Gil, so we'll find out.
Yeah, we definitely see some very nice close to mid-range control from him, even with punishing dash punches with the lariat. That's pretty remarkable there. He's definitely... Some of his options are definitely giving Brian F something to think about, but I'm not sure how long that's going to last, right? It only takes a little while for a player like Brian F to start catching on to what you're doing.
Right now, you can see just Brian F making... Oh my gosh, that didn't even combo. That was just a low reset, and more people got clipped.
Hey, sometimes you're not watching your toes. Sometimes you're expecting, the reset into overhead, and you're just not ready for the low to clip you out there.
right now. Good reaction to the fireball. Okay. Answer there from door people on the anti-air.
Yo, knows it's on a true string. He's spinning out of everything at this point. Stop doing it.
Yeah, like, no, not gonna work. It's not gonna work against Brian F, sir.
Yo, when I told you that Brian. All right, he's got something going. Let's see what Dora Pip has been cooking up here. What he knows.
Yo, he does, but he didn't get the max. He did the optimal punish. No, that is so
not
unfortunate.
Quite enough. One more touch. The instant overhead.
Was he? Oh my.
Oh, he was very fuzzy, and he got him right in the dome.
Oh man, that's so fortunate. Door people had to freeze, but he jabbed him out of it and didn't get the damage that he could have had. No, yeah, sometimes you gotta let go of the gas.
Yeah, that's definitely the feels bad there. He didn't think that Brian F was going to get hit there, and so he just went for like his normal pressure sequence. But instead, it cost him the combo there that he had. But like I know, like I said as we were going into the match, that Brian F has been in the lab with Boxer, that he knows everything that he needs to do. But when he started spinning on, you know, low forward or low strong, you know, cancels into, you know, red fireball, the fast fireball, or even on the EX fast fireball, like he started just spinning on those, and I was like, dude, it's over. The man has been in the lab for this matchup. He knows what you're going to try to do here. He has answers to these options.
Yeah, it just every time he tried, he's like, yo, this is not real. I don't have to take it. I'm just gonna react to it. Every time you try to go for it, boom again. And this made Dora people go back to the lobby to think about things, which is good. I always recommend that. If the first game is sort of a blow up, you know, maybe take some time to think about, you know, where you suffered in the game. That can always work. And then Dora People's going to go with the character swap to Urian, of course, here. So, yeah, I've known Dora People for the Urian and Gil other play. So we'll see if he can fare better in this rocking the V trigger too. It's going to give him access to that enhanced chariot tackle there.
Yeah, I mean, when somebody starts spinning on your fireballs like the way Brian F was, I mean, you feel pretty defeated in that match. You're like, how am I supposed to pressure if I can't cancel into a fireball ever? Okay. All right, but finds the activation point here. Gonna, you know, push all the way to this other corner. Gets the reset. Gets the toss up. Brian F maybe a little bit unfamiliar with the second V trigger. Tried the V reverse.
Nice. Oh no. Okay. No, that wasn't the optimal punish though. After the tackle.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely more that he could have gotten there.
Yeah, the crouching fears. I was like, yo, where's the crouching fears? Oh. All right. See, though, more people still get the round. So,
yeah, definitely. You can't fault him for that. He found the thread to close out that round, but Brian F is definitely the man that's going to make adjustments here. And you can already see pushing to this corner early again. Let's see if he's able to keep it. No, bust out with the EX tackle. It's caused him so many problems.
Okay, no anti-air again. Good shimmy there from Brian F. Blows up the tech attempt.
Yeah, and got the stun too, proving that he wasn't out of the game for long. Should have just enough. No, needs one more.
Tapped, maybe fuzzy.
Yo, and he techs too early.
Yeah.
Man, that feels bad when you know that you have the read, but then you tech too early.
Let's see what he can do. Has to be careful on those fireballs because Brian F's reaction on them has been A1 so far. Just need to figure out what he did in that first game and pulls it out. Just sort of apply that same pressure. No anti-airs. Man, this is costing Dora people a lot of help.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, just not ready for these neutral jumps. Just all this pressure, all this gray life that Brian F is getting. All right, goes for the big charge. You can't jump back. You got to jump forward to get around it.
There it is.
Right.
Okay.
Toss up one time. Oh, and just backing up. I don't agree. You're giving Brian F the opportunity to find a chance to activate, but another charge up catching Brian F flinching here.
All right, here we go. This is doable. Oh, caught the anti. Oh, watch your toes, sir.
Oh my goodness, he still got the combo DX at the end. I thought he was trying to build up the super. I'm like, okay, he didn't get the super. He's not going to be able to kill, but he was still ready with the, you know, the optimal, you know, spin punch into the ender there to, you know, really close it out there.
That was very good stuff. Dora people, I think Dora people definitely had that one in the bag for sure. But like I said again, Brian F using the veteran strats, clipping the toes, getting the full damage, maximum corner carry too as well, closing it out. But good games though, good games to Door People. I believe that was winners. So Door People not out of it just yet, folks. Still has an opportunity to bring it back, but he will go into the shark-infested waters of losers. And man, I don't even want to know what's down here, Noak. I don't even want to know what's down there. I mean, I just look at the bottom. All you see is just shadows in the bottom of the pool, and just you can see bubbles and stuff. So there's a lot going on down there.
I feel like the bubbles are pretty close to stopping. I mean, some of the greats have gone out here. Diego V already out. It looks like Marvelo's also out. Like, there's some good players that we've seen over and over again that have gone out. Adonon's still in it though, despite being down so early. But so far we are getting into top 16 matches here, so that's getting pretty good. The first of them that we're gonna get on stream looks like it's gonna be Indala, aka Hardman, versus Crouch Fierce.
Okay, all right, Crouch Fierce, another up and coming Urian player that I've seen in a couple of events there. So stuff to Crouch Fierce. They've been placing good as well. They placed actually really high at the last NLVC, I believe. Maybe top 5. I want to say. I can't guarantee or confirm that, but I know their name made it into the top 8 in the NLVC before. So you already know that event has a lot of killers and strong players as well. But let me go ahead and head to the back for these guys. And thank you once again, everybody, for tuning in and watching. Casa here, Street Fighter 5 Fridays. This is ran every Friday, unless said otherwise by the big boss Bunch himself. So yeah, good stuff for everybody who entered and came out today to play.
Yeah, definitely a ton of good players that have come out to play. Definitely, you want to make sure that you give all of these awesome players that have come out, all of you awesome people that are watching the tournament, you want to make sure that you head over to the match arena, use the code Casa SF5 22 to, add that 50 free cents into the pot. And definitely check out all of the sponsor requests. Some of the people you might already be following, you can literally donate money for free at that point. You're already following, Match Arena or G Fuel. And you can just, because you already followed them, it doesn't even really require any more extra work than just confirming that you followed them. So definitely add money that way. As we get into this match, it's going to be Colleen versus Urian. I think that's no surprise here. It's definitely an interesting match. I definitely think both characters have the tools to really combat each other. But it's just about really who gets their game plan going first, who gets the pressure going.
Okay. All right. So Hardman, of course, going with the tried and true Colleen pick. One of the Colleen. No, what? Okay, over the most head, yeah.
Yo, just can't hit your throws. The activation at a Hardman here, not really getting him much, and Crouch Fierce did not stop swinging. Like, it didn't matter if he got the confirm or not. He's like, listen, I'm just pushing these big buttons. I'm still plus. You gotta respect me, and was able to close out that round.
All right, let's see. Nice, gets the crush counter. Mandala, mashing up. Okay, checks the low there. So this plane is biting this time as Crouch Fierce does.
Oh my goodness, reacting with a jump, roundhouse, air to air. That's pretty ridiculous.
Catches the startup of that Fierce there. We're gonna see though to try to keep the pressure going. Nice, gets the grab here.
Oh, got the shimmy. Hardman just, I feel like teching at too far of a range. Like, that was, I think, way too far away. But nice catch there on the slide back.
Okay,
man, that was sick. Look, I'm not sure if that was a reaction or a setup, but it was definitely there.
It was spaghetti that was dropped on the floor, but then we pick it back up and put it on the plate. 5-second rule.
Listen, with spaghetti, you do not play the 5-second rules with spaghetti. Who knows what anything that's been on that floor is now wrapped around that spaghetti. You do not want it. That's why it's mom's spaghetti. It's on the floor. There's vomit too. You just leave it alone.
Don't eat that spaghetti. But there's no spaghetti in this round. This looks like this may be a delicious box of golden grams. Part of your balanced breakfast.
I think golden grams might have a little bit too much sugar. You might have to dial that back. That round was too sweet for us to watch. Let's see what Hardman can do to, maybe add some spicy things, really give us, or maybe even a little bit of a salty taste. Mix of the sweet and salty.
Nice. All right. Let's see. Fish right now. Sort of has to be feeling himself after that round. Big punish coming in from Crouch Fierce. Most the stuck.
Yeah, offensive V reversal.
Over the low.
Yeah, and all these offensive V reversals too from Crouch Fierce, trying to find a way to close out the round. Hardman getting some distance out the corner with this V trigger too, but a spin, most of it already. The reaction?
Oh.
No, dude.
Okay, this is rare.
We'll see if Hardman's able to close this out here, if Crouch Fierce is going to be able to bring it back here. I say bring it back like he's at a life deficit. He still has the life lead here, especially getting a couple of pokes, stacking the chip too.
Yeah, especially with a character like Fury. Oh my god, that was
jumps
scary.
Himself into the corner. I don't agree with that.
I don't know. Oh my god, the Aegis is on deck though. Oh no.
Oh, trapping him in the corner, giving him the box.
No, the dance of death.
See, here's the thing. The throw's coming, right? Like, that the Urine is going to attempt at least one throw, probably only one throw. If that one throw doesn't work, they will shimmy you the rest of time, because now you have the threat of tech in your mind, and so they'll just wait for the Aegis to hit you or to find the shimmy. But good stuff from Crouch Fierce. They were closing it out with a quick 2-0, looked entirely ready for Hardman's Colleen.
Look, just Hardman, he just wasn't hard enough. It was very definitely soft. Just wasn't as hard as it could have been.
Sometimes you got to bring something up on the second monitor to make sure that you stay hard during your match.
You know what I'm saying? Have another form of content there, but good stuff to Crouch Fierce for moving on. I believe that was winners, so Hardman isn't out of it just yet, I believe. I think that was winners. So
he came back with the "I'll be harder next time." Always got to be harder, right?
Look, he's going in. He's going in with the Street Fighter 2 win quote, lose quote. I'll be harder next time. Good stuff, though. Good stuff for Crouch Fierce for moving on. Very good Urian player. So, of course, anytime I'm starting to see some Urians, I automatically default to Rushdown, and I shouldn't do that because I should give credit where credit's due. Everybody can't be the Rushdown. So Crouch Fierce is Crouch Fierce. Rushdown is Rushdown. Anytime I see like alternate tags, I just think that could be, I think this is Rushdown. I'm like, nah, this is Crouch Fierce. Crouch Fierce. He put the two windows up. He kept Andala contained into the corner, and he closed it out, and he's moving on into the bracket. So good stuff to Crouch Fierce.
Made top 8 here at Casa, and definitely a difficult Casa to kind of reach that level, with the likes of Flux and Flux Waves and Brian F, NYC Furby, Adenon, iDrop, so many good names in there that could have had any potential to kind of be in this top 8 winners or losers at this point. I mean, there's so many killers that entered this tournament.
Oh, most definitely. I'm always prone to see, I love seeing new names get into there. So right now,
what was that?
Sorry.
Crazy. Okay. Can you make that full screen so that I can watch it?
Okay, so Bunch is changing fate right now. This is for production. This is from the higher ups. So this is what we're doing. We're watching Brian F play his match against Verse.
Yeah, against Verse, and it looks like he went with the Vega matchup, which I think is pretty back and forth. You would kind of expect, Balrog, has the advantage with all of the rushdown that he can do and everything like that. But it actually ends up, Vega's neutral in that game actually ends up working out for him really well, and he's able to keep Boxer out at a lot of good ranges and stack a lot of damage, as well as you know, really get the mix as well as on Boxer. Boxer, you know, doesn't have the best defensive options outside of that, you know, stand light kick that's 3 frames. So I believe Brian F is down a game, but is waiting a little bit here to, you know, ready back up.
Okay.
Connection issues. Oh, I'm sure that's gonna be. Yeah, I'm sure that's gonna be fun for Bunch to try to figure out. I'm sure that they're gonna go through speed tests and everything like that, try to figure it out.
Look, you got to make sure, you know, the connection is smooth as butter. CFN can, of course, can only do so much, you know, at the end of the day. But, you know, when you're TO, you got to make the calls. And speaking of the calls here, we see that Crouch Fierce has answered the call. Like you said, he makes the top 8 on winner's side. NYC Burby, TSA, then Toro is in top 8 too as well. So, you know, they got the first 2 entrants there, sitting at the dinner table, you know.
Yeah, on the, you know, some of our last qualifying matches, of course, you know, Brian F versus Verse here. Then we have Flux Waves versus Tadachi on the other side, trying to, you know, round out our winner side top 8. So we'll see, you know, really who's able to close that. But it looks like we're getting another match on stream here from the losers bracket. It looks like we do have Yomi that just entered the lobby.
Okay, I believe, yeah, this is Dre Yomi Games. And we'll see who his opponent is. Like I said, Matcherino, like when viewing the bracket, it's just it's just not as friendly, I would say, because it's like everything's like just wide. So it's like you gotta do some scrolling to go up and down, and yeah, that's just a minor complaint. But nonetheless, it's a good, interesting system they got here for the Matcherino.
Yeah, I think Dre's opponent is going to be Notorious 7. But one thing that you can do if you're looking to get some notoriety to your name, go ahead and, you know, hit up, if you're into Grand Blue, you know, the Ronin Rumble on Sundays, you know, whether you're East Coast or West Coast, go ahead and enter. They have tournaments for both coasts on the same day, running at the same time. At the end, they do a big tournament a big exhibition match between West Coast and East Coast to see who's going to be the victor. Of course, you can also check out, you know, NLBC and Team Spooky doing all of their good work that they put in every single week. You know, Spooky has pretty much not stopped grinding and getting better in terms of production since he has started all the way back in like 2010, maybe even 2009. I'm not quite sure. That's outside of my depth from like 2012 onward, but definitely check out Spooky as well. And pretty much the only other thing I want to mention here before we get into it is definitely hit up the Match Arena one more time. I'll shout it out constantly so that we can give money to the players. Definitely hit that up. Use the promo code Casa SF522. Give some love to the players. Do all the sponsor quests. You know, show even more love. And you know, if you're really feeling extra lovely and you want to, you know, really, you know, bring out the best, donate your own money. You know, really to, you know, help us out here. And I see that Match Arena themselves have donated some money here as well, you know, saying like, thanks for working with the brackets. Sermi's in here also working with Match Arena, you know, giving some lovely money to us. Rotary Lover 89, just giving us a good time, you know, awesome to see that $50 come in from him. Mr. Mad Gear, of course, West Coast Abigail, bringing the heat as well.
Yeah, much thanks to all participants and contributors to the Matcherino pot. Of course, again, you know, for the players, definitely do appreciate their hard work too as well. So everyone who donated, again, thank you guys so much for that donation, and let's keep them coming. Let's make the pockets of these players, you know, both full. So, you know, being welcome here at the Casa. So we're gonna get into this. Is again a losers match. I'm not sure if this is a qualifier match for top 8 on the losers side. It may seem like that, you know, looking at the bracket. So yeah, so looks like so Yumi going against Tori 7. Sorry.
Yeah, so this will be to get into top 8 losers, and so far Yomi's just had some trouble, you know, maintaining being in against Notorious 7, but V-Trigger's activated, getting the mix going, block the EX reversal. Oh my goodness, is it enough? It is. Oh, Laura's damage, please.
And that's the thing about Notorious's play style too, because I play them. We play them quite often too as well. They are willing to take the big gamble and the big risk with the EXDP, and when you call that out, I mean that's just big damage on, coming in from your side. So I want to see if Notorious may want to slow down a little bit on doing that, because maybe he realizes that Yomi is now catching on, and may not be able to do that. But oh my God, what a confirm right there from Notorious.
I mean, Yomi reads are usually pretty good, where he's like, you're just gonna try to kind of do something here, like we're gonna go down the levels on what you're gonna try to do here and what I'm gonna try to do. We'll see if he can make this work here. He's been pretty wrong this round on what Notorious is gonna try to do, but trying to I love that delayed reversal, right? Waited for the thunderclap to already be coming out to check.
Exactly, and you saw Yomi try to charge it up a bit too, as well, but a good reaction for Notorious, good patience.
Yeah, and you can definitely see that Notorious is starting to really get this control over the match that they want, maintaining this mid-distance control, but all of it taken away immediately with one good EX from Yomi getting things started. All right, playing patient. Yeah, I imagine next time Yomi sees that drop kick, he's just gonna go for the medium punch after he blocks the first half of it. And is trying to bait out this orb, trying to bait Notorious to explode it early, but Notorious is really just using it to put the pressure there on Yomi that more damage could be coming. Got the cross up, so this is going to be good damage here. Side swap as well.
Wake up, yo, the EX again. Big risk from Notorious.
Oh my goodness, look at how far away that overhead hit. Oh my goodness, popped him far away too. See, that's the benefit of this orb, just giving a little bit extra distance to all of Notorious's moves, giving him a little bit of options to stay safe as well. And look at him about to close it out, but side, he didn't block in front. Taking game number 1 is Notorious 7. Yomi really has to start figuring out what's happening in this matchup and what he needs to do in order to win. Right, really getting on top of Notorious is the solution, but how do you get on top of him? How do you maintain being on top of your opponent like that?
Like I said, Notorious can't be afraid to bust out. Of course, not afraid to bust out. Was able to may take composure, even if it seemed like a risk. It seemed like Yomi trying to find a way to get him. Just Notorious making it really frustrating from the style of play that he's doing right now. And you'll see though if he can adjust to it. Okay, there's it. Wow, that was so deep. The DP still hit.
Yeah, with how much it shrinks the hurt box of Falcon, it's pretty difficult. But just look, we're back to this mid-range game where Yomi hasn't really found a way to safely go in or consistently go in, right? So many options from Notorious and Falcon this range.
Right now, just playing a good, comfortable game. Oh, that could have been a little bigger, but still managed to get some damage.
Oh my goodness, went big for the reset on the overhead. Notorious blocked. I'm pretty sure that was an input here and he just wanted to dash forward. Another input error, this time from Notorious. 7 getting punished. There's the activation, backing up, trying to get something going. Man, some of these V-trigger dashes are too fast. Yo, out the air.
That's on the gas. Oh my God.
Yo, my goodness. And he got the combo from that far away on the overhead, which really worked out well for Yomi. They're getting another round on the board for him. But let's see if he can maintain this, right? Where he doesn't have to rely on, the full comeback of Laura to get his rounds won here.
Okay. Now Notorious maybe seen him want to be on the back foot here for the offense. Yomi just getting a lot of stray hits, but eventually over time they're gonna add up. Catches the dash in. Oh, missed time on the sunset flip. He's gonna get a good damage on the reset there. Right now from the activation, V trigger 2 is in the play. Let's see what he does with it though.
Yeah, so Yomi back rows there, so Notorious stayed in front. And now, it's just all on Notorious to try to find these couple of hits. Gets it, gonna be able to stun and can spin super. Has been super if they want to close it out. Oh no! Oh, that's being greedy. Missed another confirmed 2. And this is what you don't want to deal with. Activation from Yomi here.
See, that's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about. Those very risky situations that Notorious is willing to do. And I'm like, yo, why would you DP right there? But you know what? It worked. It worked. You can't complain about it. Notorious on the back foot of securing his spot in top 8. Here we go.
Oh my goodness, found an opportunity for that down forward heavy kick. That's going to be some good plus frames, but just back to this neutral game where Notorious kind of feels comfortable getting the orb out. Has to be careful of, like, you know, Yomi building that meter to kind of go in and bust through. But man, the delay they're catching. Here's the full confirm too.
I go for a cheeky reset. Switch. Yeah, just evolving the game around the orb. Very good usage of the V skill too.
Yeah, and you can see that Yomi's really trying to maintain like this mid-range space where he can react to the orb going out, but Notorious is just backing up to a good range and finds his opportunity to activate here.
Yo, a double dip. Yo, they both just stared at each other. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. All right, but Yomi trying to get the pressure. Oh, yo, he waited so long for like an EXDP out of Notorious, but nothing ever came. The patience after seeing so much willingness to go for those big EX reversals, just pulling it down, just being like, cool, I'm gonna chill and I'm gonna wait for you to, you know, spin this meter, spend your time thinking I'm gonna do the big EX reversal, and then just, you know, check you with a jab when you think I'm too patient at that point.
Yeah, he's most definitely. You saw him try to bring out the tricky stuff toward the end, and again, it did play off. In the end, you know, you sort of think to yourself that that might do some sort of mental, not really mental damage, but sort of put you in like in a confusing state, because you're thinking to yourself, why would my opponent go for such risky situations when I could take control back? But as we saw the double overhead with the V trigger too, you would think, no, why would Notorious go for that? But Notorious had a set plan. He made everything happen towards the end. Got the scramble, thought some kind of bust out was going to come. Yomi was trying to bait it out, but in the end just tapped the toes. Because you know what, I think that was from Yomi thinking to himself that, okay, we know that this Falk is not afraid with the EXDP, so he's probably going to use the EXDP to close the round out, but he doesn't. Maintains his composure and just gets it with the crouching light punch.
Yeah, so it was definitely, you could really just see how much Notorious was, as much as Dre Yomi's name includes Yomi, it just was all Notorious 7 on the Yomi opportunities with that DP or a button or a throw tech. Like they did such a good job of managing that kind of situation that it really just won the game in those situations where a lot of what Yomi had to do was make those large comebacks with V trigger, and having the option of that EXDP, delayed EXDP, being able to just block and then jab. There's so many options there for Notorious 7 to kind of mix in and play his game.
Right, and definitely you just saw him take advantage of all of those options as well, doing really good into closing that set out. But nonetheless, that was the qualifier for the top 8 on loser side. So Notorious, congratulations on placing on that. But the show is going to continue on here. So we're going to actually go to the winner side of the bracket. Another qualifying match for top 8. Looks like it's going to be Flux going up against Tanachi here. So let's see, Flux with the okay, so Flux going with the Mika pick. No poison this time. We also know that Flux has the Monat 2 in the back pocket as well. And Tanachi going in Urian.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a weird pick. Mika does cause Urian some trouble with that splash. As you know, it can definitely beat out that crouch heavy punch, as well as Urian not having the best reversal options. You can really make him play the 50-50 game here in the corner, and that's exactly what Flux is doing.
Right now, you see the Flux is just all over Nachi right now. Good punish. I was going to push toward the corner.
Yo, out of the skies on the neutral jump too. It does let Tanachi out the corner, but you can just see that Flux is not stopping this pressure. A triple backdash from Tanachi trying to leave.
Trying to go, trying to leave.
He was ready to keep pushing buttons. My God.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, when he took the cloak off, he's showing people what's good.
This is business right now. All right, there it is.
Looking like the naughtiest of elves. Let's go.
All right, Tanachi here. Trying to figure it out. Let's see though. Buttons, here comes Flux. Establishing the wheel. God, so much pressure.
Yeah, he just does like triple light and pushes himself out, but that allows the opportunities for him to just push one light and then command grab you when you're not expecting it, right?
But right now, just so much control into the corner. Tanachi's not able to play. He won't let him play. He's not letting him play.
Not at all. All right, caught him flinching there on the charge up, but just gonna call Nadeshiko again. Didn't even have enough health to absorb it with the armor. That's going to be the first game to Flux. I think if you're Tanachi, I mean, you can try to ride it out with your Urian here, and really, if you're really starting to prep that pick for tournament, like ride it out with your Urian, get this experience. But if you're looking to beat Flux, you might just have to go Bison.
I mean, we've shown Nachi going with the Urian. Like last times that I have been seeing Tanachi on stream, he has been doing the Urian pick the whole way. I haven't actually seen him use the Bison, but maybe he's that confident into trying to learn the character. But yeah, this is the perfect way of getting experience. This is just, if you're really dedicated to the character, this is something you can just look back on and remember the struggle with.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely going to have to remember this struggle as he gets driven into the ground here, crushed so many times from Flux, getting so much damage. Going to charge up the mic, let him know what's good, and then toss him down.
Wow, right now, so much good control. And right now, Flux sitting on set point. Can he spin his way? Can he command grab Brimstone his way into top 8?
I mean, to be honest, we haven't seen too many command grabs. We see one get EX headbutt there. So much has just been buttons and confirms from Flux here.
And right now, we're looking at it right here. Just cannot really get anything started. There it is. There's one.
No, locked him down. That's going to be the stun. I don't think he has enough to close it out. Might need one more. Nah, he's good.
Oh.
He's good. Nah, he's good.
He's good. Good. That's maximum.
Maximum one bar. Yeah.
Maximum one bar confirming. All right.
Yeah. So,
and,
yeah, real good stuff for Flux Waves. I'll shout out, the Matcherino. I think we've used up the coupon code. I think that was reported that it's all used up. So thank you guys so much for using that. Definitely do the sponsor quest, or feel free to give out of your own generous heart. If you want to support us every week, check out the Patreon. Pick one of the perks that best fits you. If you want like a promo spot, an ad spot, a video spot, definitely hit that up. And then the Teespring for all of your nice merchandise, repping the Casa, repping the fam. But I'm pretty sure this closes out what we're gonna do. We have our winners top 8 decided with Flux versus Furby. We have Crouch Fierce versus Brian F. And then losers is still catching up a little bit, but right now we have Notorious 7 down there waiting.
Right, most definitely. Congratulations to all the players who entered, and congratulations to the top 8. Again, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the Casa, bringing you this live direct action. Definitely do appreciate all the donors and sponsors on there. Matcherino themselves throwing it into the pot, saying that, we appreciate you guys for using our bracket system. Here's a little something, for that. So definitely do appreciate for Matcherino themselves for actually stepping in and putting something into the pot there. But yep, we are actually going to take a quick break for you guys. So if you want to, go to the restroom, do what you have to do, refresh yourself. We are actually going to step off. Our time in the spotlight is over. We have 2 fresh faces coming in to deliver you guys that top 8 action live and direct by the name of Jocks in a Box and Team Chris. Know those 2 guys are going to kill it. So definitely stay tuned as well for the action. Again, this has been Shadow Ace. Nog, where can the good people find you at?
Yeah, the people can find me at Nogoremi on Twitter, or you can go to nogoremi.com to find everything that's good with me. And, Shadow Ace, where can people find you on the internet?
Well, I'm at Twitter on at Mind of Shadow Ace. Outside of the Casa event, I definitely do post up other events too as well that I'll be commentate. So if you guys could come by, say hi to, I'll be more than happy to, speak to you guys, and definitely do appreciate all the support. Appreciate Casa and Bunch. The staff for putting together one hell of a show each week, putting in that hard work. But yep, our time in the spotlight is over. So again, guys, stay tuned for top 8 action.